The South Winn Coach Conversation brought to you by Becker Hardware and Dave's Collision Shop. Chatting here with Jason Ohrt, head coach of the Warriors, as they get set for a playoff game at St. Ansgar. And coach, going back to last week, a 54-15 win over BCLUW. A little bit slow of a start, but once you got rolling, you never looked back.
Yeah, and credit our kids. We little sluggish in the first drive, made a poor decision, and ended up to turn the ball over on downs. And BCLUW came out with a short field and punched it in, but we kept our composure and stayed the course and ended up rattling off three or four consecutive scores to get out of the half, 28-7, and then just kept going from there.
And you mentioned last week you kind of put the challenge to your defense to improve your run defense. Now, the stats a little misleading because of a couple of big runs late in that ball game. But how did you feel you defended the run and against a team that provided some unique challenges against it?
Yeah, I think after that first initial score, we settled down. When they had a much larger field to operate in and try to work the ball down the field, we did much better job and played better on third down, especially, which was nice to see because we just kind of struggled on third down a lot this season, and so we did a better job this week and focused on what we needed to do to get off the field and get the ball back to our offense.
Well, getting off the field helped out with getting four takeaways defensively, including your first defensive score of the year. What allowed that to happen?
We forced them to throw a little bit. We knew going in that they were going to be a heavy run team, much like ourselves. And their quarterback, although can make some plays, has struggled a little bit when trying to force the ball down the field. And we were in the position to make some plays. We put Braden Todd at corner this week just to give him some reps there, not knowing what we were going to see next week, in the playoffs and whatnot. So move some kids around a little bit, get some other experience in other spots, just in case if we're playing a pass heavy team, down the road. And he made a nice play and took it back to the end zone.
And I know with what you want to do when you have over 400 yards on the ground and three 100-yard rushers, those are the things that make you smile at the end of the night, right?
Yeah, absolutely. When we're able to spread the ball around, get different guys involved, and get a kid like Landon Humple, who's been kind of on the sideline a lot on the offense this year, get him a chance to play and run the ball in the second half and in the fourth quarter in particular, and he had a nice night too.
And you're in the playoffs once again. You make the trip out to St. Ansgar, a place you've been a few times in the regular season and the postseason over the last probably decade or so. What about this year's edition of the Saints makes them a quality opponent?
They're so big, strong, and fast. Great combination. They got a lot of good track athletes out there, and at their skill positions in particular. They're just like us as far as getting multiple backs the ball. They run their wishbone so well, and now they're doing some spread stuff, which is a whole nother object for us to defend, and it's going to be difficult. They play well in space, and they can also run right at you. So it's going to be a difficult contest.
And being the fact that they're becoming a little bit more multiple than they were in years past, how challenging does that make the preparation this week?
Yeah, you have to kind of focus on formation tendencies, and that's one thing that I feel like we're really strong at doing with our coaching staff and our players is, okay, if they're in this formation, this is what you need to look for. If they're under center, this is what you need to look for, and just try to get our kids a little bit more prepared that way as opposed to down and distance. I think with a team like St. Ansgar, much like us, every down's a rundown, but also every down can be a play action down. And so really just kind of focus on those formation tendencies instead of down and distance and things like that.
All right, Coach. Hopefully, the trip home on Friday night can be a happy one. Keep your kids healthy. We wish you best of luck, and hopefully, we can have another conversation next week.
All right. Thanks, Darren.
Jason Ohrt, head coach of the South Winn Warriors, brought to you by Dave's Collision Shop and Becker Hardware.